Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Mr. Montgomery again, and today we are going on to the next lesson in Unit 9. And remember, with Unit 9, we're working a lot of greater than, less than, and equal to. So let's just review the word greater real quick. So if we see the word greater, that means, I'm just gonna make a little bit more writing space here. Just remember that the word greater means bigger. And so I put a little equal sign there showing that they are the same thing. Okay? And the word less means small. Okay? So as long as we remember that greater means bigger and less than means smaller, we are going to be A-okay. All right. So the first part we're going to do is for this problem we're going to start with today is we need to finish this number line right here. So if we zoom in, we see that they put the number 24 on this number line because in our little story up top it says Nick skipped rope 24 times. Look at the number line below. Find a number that is greater than 24 and a number that is less than 24. Show your numbers on the number line and explain how you know. So first part we got to do is finish this number line so we have some numbers to work with. So we'll just zoom in a little bit right there. And so I like to start with going with the bigger numbers because you're just kind of counting on. So after 24, what comes next? Actually, let me change the color real quick. For 24, we have 25. Then we have 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and we're going to end with number 31 right there. Okay, but now we also have to write the numbers that are smaller than 24. So go ahead real quick and write those smaller numbers. Alright, did you write those smaller numbers? Alright, let me write them down too so you can always check your work. Okay, so 1 less than 24 is 23. 1 less than that is 22. 1 less than that is 21. And when we do stuff like this, you can always use the 100 chart that I sent home. That is there to help you. Use it whenever you want to help yourself out. Okay, so now we have to go down to our little sentences down here. It says blank is greater than 24. So what we have to do is we see the number 24 on our number line, right? Now we have to pick a number that is bigger because greater just means bigger. So what number is bigger than 24? Go ahead and write that number down real quick for me. Pick any number up here that is bigger than 24 and write it down. Alright, did you pick a number? Did you write it down real quick? If you're still trying to pick a number, you can always pause the video by hitting the space bar. Now remember, for the bigger numbers, we're going to pick any number on this side of the number line. Because if we go to the right, we have all the bigger numbers. So you could just pick the number 25. Or, you can see how 25 is after number 24. Or you could even write the number 31. Because 31 is also after the number 24. Oh, and what sign could we use that means greater than? Go ahead and draw it right above the word greater than. What sign means greater than? So that means that the alligator is going to want to eat this 31. So what sign would we draw to show that the alligator wants to eat the number 31? Alright, did you draw it? Alright, let's check real quick. So remember, alligator wants to eat the 31. This is our greater than sign. See how the opening is facing the 31? And if you want, you can draw little alligator teeth. Show he wants to swallow that number, munch it up, get a nice full belly. And you know, I'm even going to draw a couple eyes. Alright, and now let's do our next sentence. It says blank is less than 24. Less than 24. So what number on our number line is less than 24? So we know that everything to the right of the number 24 is greater than or bigger. So on your own, pick a number that's smaller than 24 and go ahead and write it down on the line. Alright, did you pick a number? Did you pick a number that's smaller than 24? Alright, if you didn't, go ahead and pause the video and just do your work. If you're all done, let's see what number we came up with. So remember, any number that is less is going to be before the number 24. So this whole side, a number line, you can write the number 23. That is just one less, right? Or you can write the number 21. Or if you want to be really fancy, you could even pick a number that maybe isn't even on the number line yet. Maybe you really know your numbers and you want to say, you know what? The number 1 is less than the number 24. And you would absolutely be right. 1 is less than 24. So what sign would we draw to show that the alligator does not want to eat this number 1 because it's less? What sign would we draw? Go ahead and draw it right above the word less. Did you draw it? Alright, so just remember when an alligator does not want to eat the first number because it's less, he's going to be facing the other number because it's bigger, juicier, and he's super hungry. And you can draw some alligator teeth if you want, if that helps you. So he wants to eat this number 24, so the alligator faces the number 24. Alright, now let's go ahead and jump over to the next page. Alright, so now we should all be on page 382. 382. If you're not on that page for some reason, pause the video, find that page, and you're all set to go. Let's take a look what they did at the top real quick to get us in the right way of thinking for this. Okay, so right here says use number line to compare numbers. Find a number that is less than 45. And what they did was they found 45 on the number line, and they found all these numbers that are less. So they picked the number 54. And of course they use the less than symbol, because if we're going to read it from left to right, we would say 54 is less than 55. Alright, and do we have to use the number 54? Absolutely not. We could use any of these numbers. We could use 53, 52, 51, or 50. We can use any of those numbers that are smaller than 55. And then for the next part, they did numbers that were greater than 55. So you just find 55 on the number line, and then you can pick any number that's after it. Now they picked the number 56, and they said is greater than. Remember, when the alligator wants to eat the first number, that is our greater than symbol. And then the number 55. And you can use any of these numbers. Remember, you don't have to use the one that is just one bigger. You can use any of these, because 57 is also bigger. So is 58, 59, and 60. They are all bigger. Alright, so let's kind of walk through one or two of these problems down here. Okay, we'll go through number 1 together. And then I'll let you guys kind of go off on your own for a few of these, because I feel like you guys are probably catching on to this really quick. Okay, so for number 1, we need to find, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and erase this and pretend like they didn't give us the answer, so we can kind of walk through this. So they want us to find a number that is smaller than 32. Because if we picked a number that was, all right, well, let me start by finding it, sorry. So find the number 32 on the number line. And if the alligator wants to eat the 32, we cannot pick anything on this side. That would be a big no-no. Because if we picked one of these numbers, the alligator is going to want to flip around and eat that number. But they want us to find a number that is smaller. So remember, I know we always say that the alligator wants to eat the bigger number. You could also think that the arrow points at the smaller number. Okay? Okay, so first thing we do is find 32. And then we look at anything to the left that came before. So we have the numbers 31 and 30. And we can pick any one of those numbers. And I'm just going to write the number 30. It wasn't what was there before, but that's okay, because it's still smaller. Or if you can think of another number that's smaller that you'd want to use, that's fine too. You could even use the number 28. That's fine also. Alright, let's go over number 2. So for number 2, they want us to find the number 40. So go to our number line and we find 40. And they're saying 40 is greater than any number we're going to put over here. So if 40 is going to be bigger, are we going to pick a number that is coming after 40 on the number line that is even bigger? Or are we going to look for a number that is much smaller so the alligator does not flip around? Right, we're going to look for a number that's smaller. So here's 40, and I just look on this side of the number line over here. I can pick any one of these numbers. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick the number 39. It's one less, and it still makes this number sentence true. So 40 is greater than 39. And if it helps, you can even read this out loud to yourself to make sure that you did it correctly. So 40 is greater than 39. Is that true? It is true. So we did that the right way. So now go ahead and try number 3 on your own. The first thing we're going to do is, First thing we're going to do is we are working with the number 35. So we go up here and find the number 35. And they're saying 35 is greater than the other number. So what number could we write to make this number sentence true? Alright, did you figure out a number? If you didn't, hit the pause button. Take your time. Don't rush. Take your time. Okay, so this sentence says 35 is greater than the other number. The alligator just wants to eat the 35. He doesn't want the other number, which means the other number needs to be smaller. So what number is smaller than 35? Well, we could put 34. That works. Alright, let's try number 4. They're saying that this first number is less than 37. So find 37 up here. And next, you need to find a number that is less than 37. Alright, did you find a number that's less than 37? If you didn't, pause the video, take your time. If you did, let's check our answer. So for 37, it's right here. And for the less than symbol, we need to make sure we pick any number that came before it, which could be 36, 35, 34, 33, or even 30. So that's what I'm going to write. I'm going to write the number 30. And is 30 less than 37? It sure is. So that number sentence is true. I guess I just want to erase these little red lines real quick. Cool. All right. So now I'm going to have you do number 5 and number 6 all on your own. Go ahead and do those. I'm not even going to say anything. Try doing these next two completely on your own. All right, if you are not done yet, hit the spacebar, pause the video, take your time. All right, if you are done, we're going to kind of go through these one at a time and check our work. Okay, so for number 5, it says we need to find a number that is less than 40. Because the alligator only wants to eat the 40. So we find the 40. And since the alligator wants to eat this 40, we need to pick a number that is smaller, right? Because the alligator doesn't eat the smaller number. So we can pick 39, 38, all the way down to 30 if we want. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick the number 30. And then we can just look at this again, make sure it makes sense. Is 30 less than 40? Sure thing. So if we made this into an alligator's mouth, would he still want to eat the nice big juicy 40? He sure would. He's not going to want to turn around and eat that 30 because the 40 is still the bigger number. Okay, for number 6, they're saying 50 is greater than. The alligator wants to eat this 50. So let's find 50. Okay, so it means we do not want a number that's bigger than 50 because the alligator wants to eat this 50. So we can pick any number going that way on the number line. So we can pick 49, 48, all the way down to 30. And you know what? I'm going to pick the number 40. So if I drew a little alligator, is this alligator going to want to turn around and eat this number 40? Or is the 50 still bigger and the alligator wants to still eat it? That's right, the 40 is smaller. He's not going to want to turn around and eat that tiny number. He wants to keep eating that 50. So we did this correct. 50 is greater than 40. Okay, so now is the time for our independent work. So if you're not in my classroom and you have a different teacher, stop the video, let your teacher know that you are all done with this part of the video, and ask what they would like for you to do next. Friends in my class, I'm going to show you exactly what to do next in the Google Classroom. Alright friends, so after we're on our Google Classroom page, we click Classwork, and the first thing you're going to do is the 9-5 Quick Check. Okay, there's 3 questions on there. I want you to try your best. After the Quick Check, you can do the Extra Practice. Alright, there's the IXL assignment, and it's going to be a little bit more challenging. I checked it out, it's a little bit more challenging, which I think you'll have some fun with. And then if you get done both of those activities, then you can go ahead onto the onto Pink Cat and play any game you like. That is math only though. And please make sure that you are not doing, I don't care how early you get done, please do not do this page, because this is going to be homework. Do not do this page, alright? So I will explain this homework later on in the day. You guys have your assignments. So just repeat it again. Do the 9-5 Quick Check first. Take your time with it. Don't rush. Then do the extra practice on IXL, and then you can go on PinkCat and play any math game you like. And that's it. I hope this video helped. I hope that this material is pretty fun for you guys. And I will talk to you next time. See you later.